okayfm 101.7.
Award Kojo Frimpong 2024 parliamentary candidate for Wenchi constituency of the New Patriotic Party. Yenen ntwetwe enkomo. Wabofo me mo ache bru.
Ba kwame. So you dear. What does it do? So no dead do. Okay, so wapa na what do you show no?
Yeah, ben de kakra.
Oh, say. Na asa nkoma na budi ano pay. Asante. Yera kotoko. Eyoyi. And the fact say amanya ni amamre no eye. Sama. Kwame. Na min show tumfo. Na min show tumfo pa na amanya ni amamre enkoso entena hoda.
Ami
Na uri kwame. Okasa na oka ohene sefa no. Na magin koton wase. To ni mu wase a na nakwaku free shrine. Yera ohene a otijom say na nakofi drobo the force.
ana wonim se kwaku free shrine no. Suman no. Na oyo free. Oze broni. Nti se suman ne ba na wo ani uhunu a oze broni. Ai
Kwame tina nkofo tina na abronya lawyer na kase. That also question lawyer now be lawyer because I what the law na said do. Na o kan lawyer na o ka and nkoma wedi one kasa we sefa o bosia o nana bo wasumi.
wo be hwe so ma men.
Na wo de ni nyina ka wa tina nkofo say when you know. So but won't know I feel inspired to Miss Makako law nibi. Na Baba be defend say Obia Obeka when you be a defamation into you shoot because ni pa de kwame when you ba tena wache. What do to kwame? What too much? Na kwame say show we there. Maybe a guest at large, baby.
Wow.
I was saying, me show no. And the reason to have a show no, show we bet me free. A boom, any appreciate, any a bunabunu. A bet me move from there straight to musicology. Now, Kofa Da Vinci invention. Now, Isaac Newton. Now, Galamsey. Nafe yani na musa what the deal for son woman kwa de both when ya say
what kind of Vinci now I become the Da Vinci Code sabre no
any inventions and the helps are not the TV say
exactly
any house studios he was kwame na me show na wunim na se enkronu na show we because ta watch also what's na hoda na nkofo nya ho benefit
Matepa uza wo apesie eno no aduane a ye die no so no nkwa mpo na wudi a wo next back a wo be yie no wape asie wudi wani apese mi di we bia we ni meyie wudi obi sukura na edidi a wape asie to ne say ka say fato mi di we no enti apesie
upesie na na abom no so ade ntina e no do
de ayi gende ni apoto ho ya poto na apoto wi a wo de apesie no abom no wate wo de bom a wo bai di no eno ne abomu wo de bom
kwame na tama na odi nkomo no na me hu say arts and culture say adwen hu ya kwame ebetimi kra ma yesika more than Ghana saying you go do. If we were to declare Ghana say the hub of African culture and art, so just to bring all the cultural practices even around West Africa to Ghana, now you magnify your culture now you want. And look, sometimes no, you can say ideas. You may have to put 6 or 7 people together. For university researchers, no, bring them together with CSOs, not for finance, for kakao, not for TV documentary makers, not for Fakao as advisor. Namun call into conclave. Namun how we can turn our culture into a viable product and Kofor will subscribe to and Kofor will buy. I bet you so as several as an opportunity to bring people into Ghana. Okay? Tourism, without doing much, it's about our third largest forex earner. Behind cocoa, your friend is saying gold.
William Sami Edma Ghana National Cultural Center as artistic and research officer.
So,
Ghana National Cultural Center Kumasi as an artistic and research officer.
Absolutely. So, but we should now turn all that research into a viable product that is marketable. Because even and some of us say and therefore they should be involved in Ghana. Saying money.
When my dear me call the Vatican City. Vatican. Rome. Now I say a near mana a wohono. Sika womunya a day. The Vatican Museum. Ube back to the Colosseum. And only at the Adiano. Womunya more than 400,000 euros a day.
Can you imagine? Come
a day.
Can you imagine? And as I say, Usha, African culture is on the rise. African music, Afrobeat is on the rise. Anything that is African based is on the rise, and it can be consumed. We can turn this into a massive economic gainer. Ghana, Africa, pride. Recently, in the Caribbean, everything African is going through the roof. And Kofor are taking new pride in Africa because almost the culture is great, the music is fantastic. Whether it's Amapiano, it's Afrobeats, it's high life. Now say Nigerians be on TikTok. I must say, hey, Nasa Ghana, yeah, what the papa say, several things. Internet say, if we sit down and look at the trajectory of development now, you bet you a massive uplift in terms of economy, in terms of economics, a big crowd now, who can be brave. It is to make you may I sure say if you leave this advocacy, baby, because baby, if we start thinking like that, the future will only be bright, and may I have absolute confidence in the fact that we can make something out of this coming. Why so may friends and guests at large into people. So they be no when you say me tea, they be no now law and they are that will be a travesty if you don't become a lawyer.
Marty, me hear no magin ho pa why?
Na eyi kwame and nachi and I mean now calls bebre say about social media so say from Kojo Frimpong apa Kennedy Agyapong chow. Ewo wenchi.
Na ukopa chow.
Maybe o kwame men kopa chow. Kwame men kopa chow. Na niam wo kan say honorable Kennedy Agyapong ba wenchi. And me as PC for 2024 MPP no. The campaign graciously gave me an opportunity to say men kasa. Nti men kasa na me say party no attempted yabem to do. Presidential primacy across so much, a friend is saying, disquiet between camps because we're too money way. No, we are too money way. And the party Nankasa no, yeah, idea back. Inti sa, we're too money way anyway. Yeah, na ade back and then come together because they come together and you bet me form with the government in 2029. Na party for now when China Ghana no. Meaning say and some shomobo. Meaning say a buffo will nipa bebre mu. And inti me de topa kotojogu form and sadan sayam near a system of no. Yes, they should forgive us. The one I'm being kotoji. Kwame. To Buko to jam mama and sasono. And then we say picture no buy and say blog abuse and why we not say and your Kojo is connected. Now Kojo is connected now and America for Australia for I'm sure. I said no sanity. And the sanity can and say Honorable Agyapong campaign crown officially. I'm sure say they don't think say I'm working for them. I say, oh, I have to clear the air because sebi. Even though I'm not working for them, no, it doesn't mean say I detest them and I hate them and I say I don't like them because in the end, no party me ya de bako. I'm devoted, absolutely devoted to the quest of Dr. Bawumia to become president. Absolutely devoted, Kwame. And on 4 basic principles. Yeah. 1, Mijidi said, repetition makes the president. And repetition is the key to winning the presidency in Ghana. Say, Kwame, President Kufuor repeated. President Atta Mills repeated. President Akufo-Addo repeated. President John Mahama repeated. Now, circumstances were different. President Mahama lost almost 1 million votes as sitting president, but he was repeated and he became president again. President Kufuor did not even cross 40% in his first attempt in 1996, but he was repeated and he became president. President Akufo-Addo, he went 3 times. In fact, he lost the court case. He lost by about 26,000 votes. He got repeated and then he became president. President Atta Mills, on also 2000 he lost, 2004 he lost, and then 2008 he became president. If you say the underlying principle, and I said the underlying factor to becoming president in Ghana is a repetition. And Machine will say repetition, it makes sense. It makes sense of 3 reasons. 1, Kwame has said, when you must you go and now day, say, Lubuana. I didn't know you must go and say, why a campaign around the whole country? What could be when you Kofana catcher so you ever come out? That's all now to say, it be a mistake now, young Tom, if we are. What by opening into no Kwame? So what saying could be you are, Namin Chadie, you are better placed to correct those mistakes. On the basis of that, no, Mimi say Honorable Agyapong and no Ben Hoping and no Kubiwa, and I say Honorable Dr. Brian Agyapong and no Ben Hoping and no Kubiwa, and I say Honorable Dr. Duchum and no Ben Hoping and no Kubiwa, and I say Honorable Kojo Frimpong and no Ben Hoping and no Kubiwa, and I will back them. And don't you know, I back Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Kwame, sometimes look.
Obi ebisa se. Omo ni Dr. Bawumia ne second coming ni adwuma no. Question mbusa ne se mo kan se oh the 3 northern regions no wo mbeto wo mo nyina antimi anto the Zongos who vote anto papa no we kremoni o manto. Enti the question mbusa say this time the dey na besesa.
Kwame, question I would be some okay? In every election, the factors are different. There are extrinsic factors, there are intrinsic factors. There are factors from within, there are factors from without. There have been instances in elections that Zongo communities are Tuamae, but the next round, no, the next situation, it is Tuamae. There have been instances in elections that your projections are uncle. In 2008, there was absolutely no reason and we should have lost the 2008 elections. And so, you can't use one outcome to say, oh, Sadia and Yembungu. Baby, and Tessa. You know, so I can say, if Zongo community is not trauma, if Northern community is not trauma, now we understand better why they didn't vote, and therefore we will correct it, and we are better placed to correct it. Sign humanity. While we many elections were when in 2019, 2020 for 2020 elections. Kwame, me didn't third. But me tell you, I am man to me. We are man to me. Me teaching someone. I say, Sadia, okay, a bear wedge. The next election I went to 2023. Now, if we had dwelt on the fact that some places didn't vote for me, and therefore they should jettison me, and I say they should get rid of me, and cut the next alternate into me Ninkunim. Into some elections there, you learn from when you fall. We teach in some say, and some way, and some way, and some way. Kwame, me say, Kusasa Krana, almost someone to my because Nkofo say, Oman to my because Nkofo say, Dr. Maria Mampushino. Me did say, if we work well there, then you explain issues so sure. In 2028, it might actually become our World Bank, and I might actually become one of the places that will flourish the most. It's, one electoral defeat assigned to certain reasons does not mean say because that's why we have to correct it. Now you bear pain you bet you be sometimes I give you a friend of positional equity and a positional integrity. Kwame, say me from me one example. We call went to 2016 and go for 2019 and go for Kojo Frimpong. One free went to one free takrade. In fact, I'm to me D class and me a takrade Van Dam. I'm from a Tadi Van Dam. Me am your opponent to you. Kojo Frimpong free went to. Na Kojo Frimpong na abana obaka kotsena tema. On fa went to for home. But almost share my hookika after 2019 almost say when tia na meba me four grandparents in Afriwenchi me mama and papa in Afriwenchi almost say when tia na meba when she baby when she baby am dimbi it is sa next campaign I hear prime minister sa campaign no anyejuma because among positional integrity and now positional authority sometimes Kwame, it takes time for the public to trust you. Sometimes it takes time for the public to assess you. Who say, Baumia cry, say, on cano cray, and I say, and no crow. I'm say, Baumia, not some other Baumia cano. I'm saying, no crow, me by and tears at time. No. So, and looking at free SHS, no matter how life changing it was, we had to take it to elections 3 times. As I'm confronting chances, win and the Panapasoy. Into sometimes, no. Public space, difficult to track. I mean, so I said, why a radio, man? So because 25 years, I'm going for the calculation, why a radio, man, 15 years? For first 5 years of radio, no. Now, go for crying, you say, oh, you're brutal, sir. It hasn't changed much,
Debbie.
But the consistency, the vast knowledge available.
What is that? Me bank na kwano. No, I'm visa. The school cramming go video.
So
because with that unadulterated tree, no.
But what you are over time, let me say we are wrong about crime because public space, no. The public space is first filled with skepticism. People are skeptics or skeptic about the public space. The first over public space because we don't kind of cry, we do tantrum, we there. But over time, no, you are able to assess. No more say, Papa, we are small cano, and you know, cry. You fan channel, near try and near beer or no bit to me day change na you know abba. I don't cry, sometimes.
Mamma Bakukra, who say and time for guest in my studio. Yes, me say I am time for guest in my studio via telephone. Yes, what be so? I'm fat.
No, and so say Obian will say the fact that you are able to get people on the phone amount to be doing come and so guess back over to now 1 hour. No quality or no monopolizing radio. No, nothing come up with the also discussing agenda. Be aye. I want to say, so we're not as well making and Kopo because no, after I say about say no say into a social construct. I want public space. You can't do anything about it. Until so first. That's the public doesn't trust you up, and also the public doesn't give you their voter. And not just say omu detest one and say obebi wa omu farmer. That's coming. Sometimes when you act the things that you say, you act like a president. You show leadership. You can see now public who say, Papa, if we entrust the government into his hands, if we entrust the country into his hands, obetumi aye adwuma nti kwame me no de bia me ka se hwe party ne yade baako sebe me wanchi me 2 elections na me ye nyina nkofo bi ho no ma they neither voted for me in the first or the second obi o kra second one kra no pese obo be nkofo but enne kwame enne me ne san nkofo ne nam de bia me ne omo ne nam sometimes no say if me ni obi afa and not say I should attract this hate and now I say I should detest the person. That's not the way it works. Politics and name the mission of politics when Kuala Jane say and then if you are not Kwame teacher say and but what now do say circumstances say many Kwame and yet Juma. Nasa me didi Kwame atem my dinu kokosa e bi kwa makoka na yoro hasem and I say how do I work with Kwame in that regard? So, you know, the fact say I don't prefer Ken and I say I don't prefer another person to Dr. Baoyam means say I should be a loggerhead for them, Debbie. But mainly I am devoted to working for Dr. Baumia because Mijidi said he represents our best effort, our best chance at winning the 2028 elections. Ultimately, Kwame, it is the delegates who will decide. But media, my camp is with Dr. Baumia. And also, Kase, I've listened to Dr. Baina Champon. Incredible ideas in terms of his three-pronged agenda. When you listen to Ken's friend is saying industrial agenda, phenomenal. But that is why he's competing. That is not why he should be president. That is why he's competing because he has ideas. A friend is saying that is why Brian is competing because he has a certain approach. That is why Dr. Baumia is also competing because he also has different ideas. And when your ideas are developed at that level now, you deserve the right to compete. But ultimately, it is the delegates who will decide. But I think, in my singular opinion, I feel, Dr. Baumia, because he's been there, he's run around the country, he's tried to do this, it didn't go as we projected. I feel he's better placed to be the one that represent back to battle. So, into no Kwame, and then no question we could today pa Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. So, Honorable Kennedy Agyapong will push your man, a big man. Kwame by now, Kwame more radio stations there. You know, Oyobia, I revere Honorable Baina Champon, but in this context, I'm working for Honorable for Vice President Dr. Muhammadu Baumia, and inshallah, 2029, Dr. Baumia will be named President of the Republic of Ghana. It's Kwame, but that's so I want me to say na a course ebano na masubu. Namasubu. Ofemi ana mi se ba dinya ko po me da wase. So so hu a obi sa me sa asem we na. That me ti me da se pa. Show na na ekono, etwagu. Me da se pa. Me da se. Bye. Obuafo Kojo Frimpong. Why 2024 parliamentary candidate for the New Patriotic Party ewo Wenchi constituency. Na ye ne de nkomo no ewie.
OKFM 101.7.